I'm sure by now you realize the importance of chiropractic in your daily life. From newborns to children, from young adults to the elderly, chiropractic is the answer for so many afflictions. It allows the body's nervous system to perform as it was intended, thus allowing your body to become a self-healing machine. I'm sure you've seen this in your own life, but how about those who are disabled? Whether with minor afflictions or severe, can chiropractic help? You may or may not know the answer, but to learn more, let's join Dr. Don Reno. But pay close attention. You may be able to share this information with someone you know, changing their life for the better. So let's join Dr. Reno now.
Why would a disabled person see a chiropractor? It's a question I've heard several times. I want to share with you many reasons about why disabled people should seek chiropractic care and how you're important in that. One of the main reasons I would suggest is that they're quite the same as you. They may look different, they may sound different, but we're all put together very similarly. And those similarities are in the nervous system, the joint system, the immune system, all the systems in the body. I'm sure from prior experience and maybe prior discussions with your chiropractor, you've heard the importance of the nervous system being the master system in controlling everything in the body. So why would a disabled person see a chiropractor above and beyond the similarities? Well, I'm going to be suggestive of the fact that they may have a margin of improvement that they've never seen before through other forms of care, or even more significantly, doing nothing. It's kind of an analogy I like to use, which is chocolate. And if I asked you the question, could you explain to someone what chocolate tastes like? It'd be kind of tough. But if you gave them that piece of chocolate and they experienced it, they would know full well exactly what you're talking about and what chocolate tastes like. So from the standpoint of chiropractic care, sharing with them is the most important thing. Give them a piece of chocolate. So you referring and directing someone to chiropractic care could very well be the most important thing that you do for that individual. So the margin of improvement can show up. Margin of improvement could be in many ways. If it's in the joint system, it could be that they walk better. If it's in the special senses area of the body, and special senses usually happen and occur in and around the head, things like hearing, taste, smell, sight, those are special senses. And they're actually senses that don't come from spinal nerves, but are tied into the nervous system. Actually, chiropractic is steeped in this from a historical standpoint. Chiropractic is based on a special senses story. There was a man who worked as a custodian and caretaker in a building where the first chiropractor was studying anatomy and physiology. And physiology is a study of how things work physically, not only in human beings, but in animals. So D.D. Palmer, the first chiropractor, got together with this man named Harvey Lillard, who had lost his hearing. And Harvey explained that he had lost his hearing through stooping over, and he heard a loud sound that came from his spine. And after that sound, he had had a progressive loss of his hearing. And he explained that he couldn't even hear the horse hooves on the cobblestone street on the building outside of where they were. So with Harvey's loss, what Dee said, let me check you. Can I check your spine? And keep in mind, this is well ahead of the advent and the discovery of X-ray. So it was very much a hands-on experience for Harvey as far as Dee checking his spine. Dee found a vertebrae that was displaced in his neck and upper back area, and over several days he made chiropractic adjustments, the first ones, on Harvey Lillard, and Harvey progressively had a hearing restoration. You see, he got a taste of chocolate. And the world was changed forever because you're in this office now actually watching me as a result of a special senses and a chiropractic adjustment where the subluxation in Harvey's spine was corrected. I had an amazing experience with the patient around special senses. He came into my office one day, he says, I get it. I'm like, well, what do you get? And he said, I get it. I understand why I can hear better now. I said, you do? I said, I've talked to you about nerve interference before. He said, oh, I had a test today. It really made it clear for me. I was at an audiometry office and they were doing hearing testing on me, and they found that I had a 30% increase in certain ranges of my hearing. I can actually hear my wife again. I said, well, that's a good experience, I'm sure. He says, absolutely. He had another part of the story. He said, I also learned that my chiropractic is responsible for that, because when I was in the waiting room, I read a magazine that shared the story of Harvey Lillard, a man who was deaf that got his hearing back through chiropractic care. Boy, that sure changed his life, because now I can hear and it's changed my life. You see, you don't know who you can help and who you can change. And the interesting thing between my patient and Harvey Lillard, I believe, is they had a nervous system, and the most amazing thing, not just the nervous system, the body's capacity to heal itself when the interference is removed. You see, they both tasted the chocolate. And I would like for you to be, a servant, to share with someone this story that you can help them to change their life, because their disability may have a margin of improvement that you have no idea about. So why would a person see a chiropractor who has a disability? Share it with them. Give them the chocolate.